Hi, I'm Ian Wright and you're watching Football Stats Online.
Hugo Lloris, Robinho, Rooney, Claude Makelele, Carlos Tevez, all of them were transfer deadline day signings. But which signings on transfer deadline today were you excited about? Were we excited about? Well, we're going to talk about transfer deadline day as well as all the transfers that preceded that before.
1, 2, 3.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Football Stats Online. I am so happy today. You know why, Mark? Do you know why I'm happy?
Because you can stop talking about transfers?
No, because Wilfried Zaha is staying at Crystal Palace. And for me as a Palace supporter, that is where we are starting. So Mark, Crystal Palace, keeping Zaha, what are your thoughts?
Zaha is very angry. For the players, too bad. Ultimately, Crystal Palace have priced him out of the market, you know. They wanted more than £80 million. Some people were saying up to £100 million for him. And you know what, to be fair, I mean, to Palace, he's worth that because without him, they probably go down and that will cost them over £100 million. So yeah, I understand that. I mean, they cannot afford to get relegated. They're putting a lot of investment into the club and the infrastructure. They can't afford to lose that at this point. But they have a very upset player on their hands right now.
I know he's upset, but as a professional, do you think he's going to do his job and still be the player he is? Or is he going to moan and groan until they kick him out of the club? I mean, there's nothing. I mean, Zaha, if you're watching this, there's nothing you can do. You know, just play your best, keep us up for one more season, and we'll let you go.
Hand in another transfer request, actually.
No.
And to buy out your own contract and then just leave. Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. In terms of other transfers on deadline days, specifically, Mark, what has piqued your interest? What has excited you? I mean, it's not been the best deadline day, to be honest.
No, it's been great.
Oh, okay, go on then.
It's been great. There's been a lot of good signings. So if you want to talk about Arsenal, I mean, I know they were talked about yesterday, but Kieran Tierney, and also David Luiz, those are interesting signings.
Yeah.
One is obviously not for the future, but for now in the future, and one is kind of a stopgap.
Yeah. David Luiz, if you're not sure about the stopgap. Yeah.
And then also Ismaila Sarr. He played for Rennes. He's very pacey winger, very direct, excellent player. That's an excellent sign for Watford. I never actually thought it was going to happen. I thought they wouldn't have enough money. But they overpaid and they got the player. I mean, he is an excellent signing. I can't wait to see him play in the Premier League. He's built for the Premier League. Very physical, very strong, very fast.
Yeah.
Excellent signing.
So would you say those are your top three? David Luiz, Tierney and Ismail?
Specifically on deadline day?
Yeah.
Yes. And potentially, it will be.
Yes,
potentially.
As we speak right now, Iwobi might be going to Everton for a rumoured £40 million. As you said, you are an Arsenal fan. Are you a bit happy or sad that he's leaving?
It's mixed emotions because, you know, when you see, because he's been at the club since he's a kid, you know, he's come through the ranks, he's come through the youth setup. You want him to succeed. You know, you always want those kind of players to succeed. He's a player that's a bit frustrating in a way because he has so much talent. His first touch is unbelievable. He can dribble. He doesn't score enough goals, and that's the problem. In the last 3 years, he's only scored 9 goals for Arsenal, and that's a bit of an issue because he gets into the positions where he just doesn't have quite the finish. So that for him, that's the issue. So it's probably a good deal for both parties. Arsenal get a good fee, and they have other youth players coming through as well who are really knocking on the door. And Everton get a good player who, you know, he could really progress. And I mean, I think he has more to come. There's more to come from him. We haven't seen the best of him, so we don't know really what he's gonna do next. I think if he plays in the middle for Everton, they're probably gonna put him out wide. But to be honest, I think his best position is number 10.
Yeah,
he's an excellent player.
Well, it's been an interesting transfer window. Over £1 billion has been spent this transfer window. Over 100 million of that was Aston Villa. I mean, what's your take on Aston Villa, Mark, in terms of a new club coming up to the Premiership, spending a lot of money? They could have the Fulham fallacy here where they spending and bought too many signings and the team not gelling. What's your thoughts on that?
Name me one player they signed. I mean, 125 million. I can't even name you one player. I mean, but look, fair play to them. They're showing like ambition, maybe. Obviously, they're rolling the dice. When you sign so many players and you change the team a lot, you're rolling the dice. But you know, just yesterday they confirmed the signature of John McGinn. He signed a new contract. I think that's maybe one of the best signings they made. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, signing too many players is always a risk, but they do need to invest. They do need to move the older players on. You know.
So in terms of let's go all the way back. We talked about deadline day. Let's go all the way back when the transfer window first started and first opened. One deal that I think was really great was the Yuri Tillemans deal. That when he went to Leicester, great player, played for Monaco, an amazing talent. Not just according to us, but also according to FIFA. I'm joking. But seriously, what is your thoughts on Tillemans rejecting apparently Man United to go to?
I never really believed those things. He rejected here, rejected that. I just think it's, you know, he's gonna be a player that, you know, there's a lot of interest for. There's gonna be a lot of interest for him from different clubs. I mean, I don't know. Did he reject Man United? It feels nice, right? On Twitter, you see it. It's good for the narrative, you know. Yeah. Man United fans are just upset they didn't sign anybody in the last week of the transfer deadline. So I don't know. I think Tillemans, he's a good player. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Really, he's a good player. If he's a great signing for Leicester, I don't think Man United were in for a midfielder. It doesn't look like it. I mean, they were linked to Bruno Fernandes most of the time. They didn't go for him. Yeah. So I don't think they wanted a midfielder. They got McTominay and Pogba.
So staying on that top four theme of Man United,
they didn't make the top four.
Well, sorry, apologies. The top 6 team, in terms of those top 6 teams. Obviously, Man United, I would say, have had a shocking window. Fair enough, they've got Maguire, but they haven't got a technical director. It's something that is evident in terms of their scatterbrains, in terms of getting signings. But you know, a team that has really looked at... Give me a sec. A team that has looked good in terms of the transfers is Tottenham. Tottenham have signed very well. Just signed Celso, I think that's how you say his name.
Lo Celso.
They've got Ndombele, and
they've got Sessegnon.
They've got Sessegnon as well. So what's your thoughts on Tottenham? I know you're an Arsenal fan, but
no.
A non-biased view.
Unbiased view. They were one signing away from it being the best window of everybody, in my opinion. If they had got Dybala over the line, oh my goodness. But even without that, I mean, they've really, like, that's an excellent window. Lo Celso was amazing last season, probably one of the best midfielders in La Liga. They've really played it smart because he's actually coming on loan. Because what it is Lo Celso actually, Betis can't afford Lo Celso's wages after his loan from Paris. So Tottenham was like really snuck in there and done a great big piece of business to get him on loan for only £16 million and then pay the rest next year. So they've really been smart with that. And he's an excellent player. Then you got Ndombele, who looks a real player. And then Sessegnon, who this is still, I'm an Arsenal fan, but this is not hate, but I'm trying to figure out what have people seen in Sessegnon that's making them say all these really positive things about him at left back. I just haven't seen it.
Well,
he's an exciting player. He's very young.
Plug. He's very young, and the potential is massive.
But people are talking like he can do something this season at left back. I can't see it. Maybe in the next 2-3 years. But
only time will tell. But I think he's going to be a great signing for them. So moving from Tottenham to Manchester City. What do you think of their signings in terms of the likes of João Cancelo and Rodri?
Yeah, I think they've done good business. This is all they just need to, you know, a little bit of tweaking, a little bit, you know, they don't need to change too much. They have lost Sane now. We've heard that they've lost Sane for a cruciate injury, which is really bad timing. I don't know if they would have replaced him anyway. But you know, I think Man City is Man City. I think they'll definitely be up there. No doubt about it. Yeah, they'll be the team to beat. I think they're super favourites to win the league. So, yeah.
And speaking of super favourites, obviously Liverpool at a time were favourites to win the league, but didn't. Came short. What is your feeling, or what is your thoughts in terms of them not signing major players? Of course, they've got a few players in, but in terms of a standout signing, what is your thoughts on that?
Liverpool. The thing is, with Liverpool, if they avoid injuries, I still think they'll challenge. But the problem is, if they get any major injuries to their front three, I really don't see. I think they could have. I think it's one of those things where they could drop down quite, and not like obviously not out of the top 4. I don't think they'll be out of the top 4, but I think they could. They might not make a title challenge essentially.
Yeah.
Because they've had to break records just to lose the league title to Man City last season.
True.
To do that again is going to be really difficult. Even Man City, when they had their record-breaking year, they didn't go and beat the 100 points. They got a little bit less. So I honestly can't see Liverpool getting more points than they did last season. So the only chance for me of Liverpool winning the title is if City drop off a little bit and they get very fortunate with like injuries and make sure they stay injury-free, and then they can maybe sneak in. But if City play like they did last year, I don't think Liverpool have a chance. I don't think anybody has a chance to win the league if City play like they did last year and the year before.
But the thing is, one thing that they were saying is Liverpool could have gone in for Zaha, but I guess one of the things is Zaha probably wouldn't want to be second to Mane or Salah. But it could have been an option for Zaha. You know, he's ambitious. He can go to Liverpool, show what he's got, and perhaps if maybe Sané or Mane is on bad form, or again competition drives the level up. So it could be where.
Look, at this point, Zaha would have signed for anybody. You know, I could have put a few quid down. He would have signed for me.
No.
He would have signed for anybody. Look, he wanted to leave. He wanted to leave Palace.
Yeah,
he was going to go to Everton to do what? What was he going to do at Everton?
But you know, it is what it is. Coming out of the, I guess, top 6.
But wait, before we continue, I just wanted to make a point on Manchester United.
Yeah.
Right? This is a slightly different, a little bit more positive take on their transfer window business. They don't have any technical director right now, so there's the overall strategy probably isn't super well established.
Like I said, yeah.
So I think it's actually good that they just signed 2 players, and their 2 players are no-brainers. Like, you don't literally anybody who's watched a little bit of football could have signed Harry Maguire and Wan-Bissaka. Like, the Wan-Bissaka deal was probably an easy deal to do, pretty much. So I think it's probably good that the people who are there who probably aren't experts in this field, they just did the simplest deals and just spent the money on that. They didn't waste any more money, because Man United have been messed around at the transfer market. We've seen Alexis Sanchez, Paul Pogba, like they've really.
But those were good signings.
Lukaku. Well, you say
those were good signings.
They were good signings, but have Alexis Sanchez worked out? Did Lukaku work out?
I would say Pogba worked out.
Pogba said he wants to leave. He officially came out and he said it might be time to leave.
Well, yeah, but I'm still saying in terms of him coming and doing the job, he's done the job.
No, Pogba's a good player. Like he's a good player, but people always question: is there more in there? You know, they think that he's played better for Juventus.
Yeah.
And ultimately, he wants to leave as well. I just don't. If you were to rate Paul Pogba's signing based on his performance since he's come to Manchester United, what would you rate it?
I would give him a 7.6.
How is that successful then? So he's not super successful. You think he's done well?
He's done well.
He's done well and in patches.
Yeah, in patches.
Yeah, so we can't say Paul Pogba has completely come into Premier League and ripped it up like we thought he would. Because you look at the fee he came in with, people would really thought he was gonna just come in and kill it. So I think Man United,
you can't really blame him for the fee that they paid for him.
No, it's not. But it's not blaming him. But ultimately, the expectation is there.
Of course.
So I think my point was Manchester United, save your money, get your whole structure in place like Arsenal have done. Arsenal had an amazing window, and then sort everything out, and then you can spend real money. And you know, I wouldn't give Oli 300 million. Put it that way. You know.
So moving out of the top 6, let's speak about Everton. Everton are trying to push into that top 6. They've actually made good signings. You know, Sidibe, Kine, who else?
Moise Kean,
Delph as well.
You said Sidibe already?
Yeah, I said Sidibe. And then who's that other guy? Oh, Iwobi potentially as well.
Potentially Iwobi.
So
They didn't get the centre back they wanted, unfortunately.
No, they didn't.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, they missed out on Rojo, which is probably a good thing. Let's be fair.
But yeah, what do you think with those signings, Everton can break into that top 6?
That's a good question. To be honest, no. No, I think people are talking about there's a chance that, oh, someone's going to break into that top 6, someone's going to break into that top 6. But to be honest, I don't see it. I really don't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe one team can come 6th. Maybe. But I really can't see, like, multiple teams there. And to be honest, I don't think that team... Well, it could be Everton, I guess. They don't have Europa League. So I think maybe even Leicester or Everton have a chance. I think Europa League will kill Wolves this season, to be honest, in the Premier League.
Yeah, well, we don't know. Time will tell. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of fixture congestion. Wolves, in terms of their squad strength and depth, but hopefully, you know, miracles.
Yeah,
can
they didn't
happen.
get enough players either.
Yeah.
They were looking to get 2 more players and they didn't get them. So I
So-
think Mario Lemina would have been a great signing for them.
Yeah. So I guess to round things off, who would you say? Which club? I think we've already alluded to it, but which club do you think has had the best transfer?
I have to choose just one.
Okay, choose. Okay, this is how we'll break it down. In terms of the teams that have moved up, which ones have the best have done the best transfers? Teams in the bottom 10, which have done the best transfers? Teams in the lower 6, and then teams in the top 6. Or you can just do. If it's too complicated, just do top 10 and bottom 10, and then choose 3 or 4 teams. 2 from each.
I mean, okay. The reason why I asked that question is I probably need just 2 teams, to be honest.
Go on then.
I would say, for me, it's Arsenal and Tottenham.
Of course you would say Arsenal.
It's Arsenal and Tottenham, though.
Of course you'd say.
But I've said Tottenham. I've said Arsenal and Tottenham. For me,
I would say
For me, the reason why, let me give you reasons, right? Arsenal, not just because of what they bought, but because of the new structure proving that they can actually deliver on all the things they were talking about. They're selling players for good money now. They're buying players. They smashed their transfer fee. They've smashed their selling fee. So if they sell Iwobi, that will be the most they've gone for a player ever.
Mm-hmm.
They're really getting people off the wage bill. I mean, Carl Jenkinson left. I mean, he actually left. If I was him, I would have just stayed there. He's an Arsenal fan. He just stayed there forever. But they've really restructured things, and I think you couldn't really, if you're an Arsenal fan, I mean, we've been linked to Ryan Fraser in the first couple weeks of the transfer season. So to end up with what we have, Pepe, Luiz, Tierney, Saliba next year, and then Ceballos as well, I think, yeah, you can't ask for more, man. It's been a great transfer window. And then for Tottenham, I mean, their midfield is now. The reason why I was a bit down on Tottenham is because I didn't think the midfield was good, just bringing in Ndombele, knowing that Eriksen was leaving. But now they have the Celso. I mean, it's an amazing midfield now. I mean, amazing.
Well, for me, I would say Tottenham definitely, but I'll say Everton as well. I think Everton have done well. They've done some astute business.
Can I disagree?
Go on then.
Everton have signed the players they need, but I don't think any of them are particularly astute signings, really. I mean, Delph.
I think Kine is a great signing.
Okay, I'll give you
Keane
that.
and
That
Sidibe
actually
is
could,
a great signing.
That Moise Keane could actually
Moise
be.
Keane and Sidibe.
It could look back and be one of the best signings.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how Juventus sold him is incredible.
I know.
Incredible. They
But-
must really need the money.
Yeah.
They're bringing in old players and selling their young players. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess again, it's one of those things. Only time will tell. It could be the greatest signing for Everton ever in terms of him just going and banging in goals, or he could come and be a flop. I guess we'll see this season. Thanks very much, Mark, for this transfer show. What do you guys think? What was the best transfer? I know we didn't get through all the clubs. It's a big topic, but hopefully we can review some of the transfers that have happened later on in the season. We'll definitely come back with the top transfers that have happened in terms of transfer signings and how they're performing stats-wise. But what do you guys think? Which transfers were the best in terms of players brought in? Which clubs did the best piece of business? Love to hear your thoughts as always. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please hit that like button, press the bell, and yeah, thanks so much, and peace to you.